Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Authentic Info Podcast. I'm your host, Admire Sandelichauk. Now, it's been a while since this man availed himself in this channel, and at least today I managed to hijack him. Mr. Mabasa, yeah, it's been a while. Can you tell us how have you been? How is it going? What are you doing? I see you on TikTok. On YouTube. Your channel is busy. Content every day. You've switched to sports. What's going on?
Man, first of all, I just want to say, are you doing well on your side, man? Man, it's not necessarily like a switch. It's not necessarily like a switch. I'm trying something as well because I feel like, I have to fill up that spot. That segment, by the way.
Yeah.
So, but I can continue, speaking about different things or maybe a lot of things. But as for now, I just want to really focus on this segment of sport. I feel like I can try.
Yeah. And then we're no longer going to hear you speak about religion, intelligence, and things like that. But you're still going to pop them in.
I will actually try.
Yeah.
But about the religion, I'm not sure yet. As for now. But speaking of these ones, the intelligence stuff, I can drop more if I want. You understand? But I feel like I have to focus on this one.
Of sport.
Of sport. I feel like I have to focus on sport. There's so much things going on, man. There's so many things going on to talk about. The issue, the headlines concerning Messi, concerning how Ronaldo reacted, on this other interview. You remember, I think it was last, if I'm not mistaken, last week.
Okay.
He was participating in this other interview where he was asked that if ever he would love to join his biggest rival, Lionel Messi. You understand? And so then he said he cannot. There's no way that he can join that league, MLS. You remember that Messi now is playing in USA. So according to Ronaldo, he stated that where he's playing currently in Saudi Arabia, it is one of the biggest league compared to where.
Because there is Ronaldo, it's because it has been the biggest league. Was that building?
I think according to him, it is now big since he's there.
Since he's there.
He believes like he carries much influence, right? He also mentioned the fact that it also happened. It was like that all the time. He was playing in Spain, remember? And then also when he moved to
France,
Italy, right, playing for Juventus, it was like that. So then, according to him, he carries much influence, and then he feels like where Messi is playing, there's no vibe, man. There's no competition. That's what he thinks, but I don't really think so.
But I heard that the Arabs made an offer for Messi, and then he rejected it. But I don't have information. It seems like he is investing more on himself. They say as a content producer these days because he's moved to that team. It means that Adidas, they're going to give him some stake. Even the team are going to give him some stake. And then he's going to bring in more sales of merchandise and things like that. What's your take on the Messi move entirely?
Considering the offer from USA.
Yes, I know we know that the Arabs made more,
we know that they wanted to sign him.
Yeah, but he chose to go to that team of
USA.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, but I feel like Lionel Messi he realized that maybe MLS is one of the good leagues because looking the fact that there are some young players as well there. So I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't want to play. Alongside Ronaldo his biggest rival. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like MLS it is one of the great leagues as well. You understand? So maybe Benka may play the vital role to convince Lionel Messi. We will never know.
I think they also gave him a stake, Beckham. Isn't he the owner now?
I'm not sure. He might be a shareholder. Something like that. He might be a shareholder.
Because I think it was part of the discussion of the Messi move that is going to get shares in the future. I don't know if they signed, it's part of the deal now. But even Adidas came to the party to say they're going to give him some stake. Okay. Like the way they did with Jordan. Nike.
No, I do really understand.
So I think that is something that convinced them to let the billions go. in Arab. And
Yeah,
then,
but that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. It's similar like sorry to avoid this topic. It's not like I'm running away. It's similar like the situation for Mbappe.
Mbappe, yeah.
You
That's
understand?
something I also want us to talk about.
I mean, like, come on. I mean, I will say, yeah, man. I'm taking this money, even if I can sign for one season.
And
You
then after
understand?
I go to
Then
Madrid.
Exactly, because Mbappe is still young.
Yeah,
He's
22.
22.
But that's a big offer. Is it 300 or 700 million?
Can you imagine? Man, can you
And the
imagine?
season is only 9 months. Ne?
It's 9 months, and then
It's
you
not
walk
even
away
a
with
year.
that amount. So that's a lot. I think Mbappe should just
For
consider
sponsorships,
it.
Salah.
Yeah, he should just consider it, and
the
then
money.
obviously, for only one season, and then at the end of the day, he will choose his
Can go to Madrid.
yeah, he can choose his team that he feels like it's going to be good for him in terms of the playing. And I think Real Madrid is going to be.
But don't you think it's a retirement village? I mean, the Arab side.
Of course, it is.
It's still young. Right?
No, yeah, of course it is. Look at players like N'Golo Kante from Chelsea. The guy has been suffering with injuries. Look at Karim Benzema. He's nearly to end his career.
Yeah.
This other one from Liverpool, Anderson. So these players now they've realized, okay, there's a lot of money. Obviously, they are there for money. That's the ultimate purpose. Hence, I'm saying that I find it very difficult to believe what Cristiano Ronaldo is trying to say when when he say it is one of the biggest leagues. I mean, you understand, especially when it comes to comparing it with MLS, where Lionel Messi is now. So that's it, man. That's it.
But looking at history, we know that in MLS, Beckham has been there.
True that.
So
many great players to mention, including
player,
Didier Drogba, this other guy
there.
from Germany. He was a Bayern Munich player, Schonsteiger, something like that. So many players. We have seen Pirlo. I mean, Andrew Pirlo, something like that. So there were so many great players who used to play for that side.
But are the Arabs investing in football because of football, or is it business?
I think it is more like political.
Nah.
It is more like political. Remember, Arabs want to take over as well.
Yeah.
And then to be honest with you, they are taking over. They are ruling the world. So they feel like that they were missing that space. I mean, that sport, right?
Yeah.
So now they just want to try by all means to make sure that they dominate Israel. Hence, I'm saying Arabs are taking over, are trying to lead the world. You understand?
So I see the switch on your podcast. You are now talking about sport.
Yeah.
And I know people hardly hear me talking about sport in this podcast. Actually, I think this is the first time I speak about sport, but it's because of you and the switch that you made in your podcast. What is it that influenced that switch?
Man, I love football. I definitely love football, man. I mean, and I understand football, and I always watch football. So it's not like I'm completely switching, but I definitely love football. Like I'm saying, I will still drop some other videos concerning intelligence, concerning, psychological point of view. You understand? But I feel like football, it's amazing, man. It's one of the great sports. You understand? It's something that you cannot easily predict what is going to happen. You understand? So I feel like it's a good switch, unless if you find it very strange, right?
No, it's not that strange. I mean, you have to try new things.
Yes.
Get something that works, and then you focus on it. I mean, okay, the recent the World Cup, the Banyana saga before they went to the World Cup, and then do you think it's affected their performance, or it's still going to affect their performance or things like that?
No, I don't think so.
Nah.
I don't think so. They are not. If they lose, that will be for them.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with being motivated. You understand? Because I feel like the only motivation, everyone can talk about, it's money.
Yeah.
If you are getting money from whatever that you're doing, that's the biggest motivation, or maybe a vital motivation. It's more similar like the situations for Kaiser Chiefs.
Yeah.
You understand? I often hear people saying that those players are not motivated and stuff. They're getting paid. What do you mean they're not motivated? They are motivated. I mean, if you got salary every month, then that's a motivation.
Yeah.
That's the good thank you. unless if I'm missing something. So, I mean, to answer your question thoroughly, I think Banyana, they should just pull up their socks and try to perform. You understand? Yeah, maybe they can bring up something. Besides,
do you see them advancing to the next stage, or
I don't think so.
Nah, they'll be knocked out in the group stages.
No, I don't think so. They will be out.
They'll be out. Nah. But my question is, there were politics around SAFA before they left to that World Cup. We saw them playing a game and lost dismally. It was very embarrassing. And
I think it was 5-0.
Yeah. Oh. So it was very embarrassing. And that was their last warm-up match before they went to the World Cup. And
then they've already played one match now.
Yeah, and they lost.
2-1.
So, but when you check the politics in football, do you think they are coming to destroy football? Actually, politics and money, because we know there's money, there's politics.
Exactly.
In SAFA, we have a problem of politics and money. There's no money, there's politics. In the PSL, there's money, there's no politics. So when you check related to the ladies' football in South Africa, do you think we are investing enough, or do we just want to focus only on Banyana? And they're complaining about salaries and things like that. What do you think is the effect of the politics in football, especially SAFA?
Yeah, I mean, I think politics are affecting everywhere. If we can try to generalize this thing, you understand?
Yeah.
So wherever there are politics, or maybe wherever there's a politics, everything sometimes, I mean, gets stuck.
Yeah.
There's a confusion at some point. So yeah, we can use that as an excuse for Banyana that literally it is affecting them. You understand?
Yeah.
So I cannot argue that. To say politics are really affecting the squad, you understand? Maybe their performance now is absolutely affected by whatever that is happening politically. So I can confirm. I mean, I can agree with that to say, yeah, politics are really, really affecting in whatsoever. You understand? Wherever there's politics, then there has to be a confusion. There has to be that distraction and so forth. You understand?
It means politicians are ruining everything.
Yeah, politicians, they ruin. Remember, these guys, they are good when it comes to lying, empty promises.
Yeah.
They are smooth talkers. You understand? So, yeah, man, I'm not saying like we don't need them. We don't need politicians. We definitely need them, but many times they play people's mind. So, all in all, they do affect people at some point.
Yeah. I know you as someone who have read about leadership. You have your own views when it comes to leadership. You have your own views when it comes to religion, when it comes to African traditional religion and things like that. Christianity, you have your strong views in Christianity. But when it comes to leadership, when we're still talking about politics, do you think politicians are leaders, or they're just people in leadership position? Can we talk about that?
It depends, man. It depends. But one thing I've seen about so many politicians is that they're being motivated by money. You understand? They want to feed their stomach.
Yeah.
They want to fill up their empty pockets. So most of them, or some of them, they don't even have a leadership skill.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because a good leader should not be selfish. A good leader rather should be a caring person, someone who understands, I mean, their people.
Yeah.
So once you don't understand what your people are expecting from you, or, I mean, expecting as a change, then you're not a good leader. No. You understand? Before we describe you or define you as a politician, then we should assess something. Do you have what it takes? Do you have proper skills to lead that particular people or that particular society? So many people, they don't have those type of skills. And then the only thing that can make you to be a good leader is when you understand your people. Yeah. And then that it will take you to interact with your people that you want to lead. You understand? You understand their frustration. You try to hear out whatever that is bothering them, the frustration that is absolutely bottling into their brain or their hearts and whatsoever. So once you begin to understand your people, then I can define you as a good leader. You understand? Yeah. So obviously, when you speak to your people, you will be in that position, understanding what is it that is expected, what is it that these people are expecting as a change. It might not be a drastic change. It can be I mean, what is this one? A long-term change. You understand? So, but if you don't understand your people, then you are not a good leader. If you want to try to lead people that you don't understand, which means your idea or maybe your ultimate purpose is to fill up your empty stomach. I mean, to make sure that maybe you're getting money or receiving money from somewhere. You understand? By the name of leadership.
Don't mind me when I always talk about that topic.
Nah,
and
it's
then before we
okay.
finish,
It's okay.
It's been a while since
It's
we
okay.
spoke.
I don't have a problem
Yeah,
with that.
and there's this incident which transpired in Joburg, Bree Street.
Okay.
It was formerly known as Bree, Lillian Goy. So it's an incident where more than 40 people were injured. I think one Malawian guy lost his life. We saw politicians flocking in to set up tables and brief the media before they even examine the place and things like that. What's your take on that, on our politicians when it comes, especially when we approach, elections and looking at the problems that are affecting the people? I mean, if the whole street explode, they had to check the buildings and things like that. People who are affected, but we saw them first trying to show impression on the media that they are there. What's your take on that, or on the whole incident and the way it has been managed and things like that? How did you see all that transpired there? What can be your comment?
Just like you're saying, politicians, I mean, the first thing they did is to display themselves on media, or maybe to show up themselves in media. So, which is not a good thing.
Yeah.
I definitely think, I mean, the primary thing that should have been done, or maybe things that should have been done in the first place, is to assess the cause. Or I mean, and then once they get the findings, or once they understand the nature of whatever that happened there, then that's where they will probably approach media. So I think whatever that we're going to, what we're going to express is that, or maybe what are we going to learn there is that so many politicians are going to benefit. You understand?
Yeah.
Before they fix that, obviously some people are going to benefit. Maybe it will be fixed as a fifth project. You understand?
Yeah.
It will be fixed as a fifth project. The first project will come and then obviously milk out some money and run away. And then we heard that, the project now has ceased. You understand? The second one until the fifth one. Hence, I'm assuming that it might be, the fifth project, it will be the one which is going to fix that particular damage which occurred in our Johannesburg city. So with that said, it comes back again to say our politicians, maybe the politicians are very selfish. They don't care about people. People that are surrounding them, you understand, and stuff.
And were the one who put them in power.
True that, we do vote them. In fact, you do vote them. Let me exclude myself. You do vote them because you do vote them because you feel like they will bring change. I don't really think so. These people are are looking after for
Themselves.
for themselves and their family and whatsoever. You understand?
Yeah. No, I recently uploaded, I can say it's an episode on my YouTube channel talking about one of the speeches which was delivered by Professor Lumumba, where he was talking about the Bible as a tool. And
Yes.
I know we once spoke about this, I think last year, but we didn't record anything. We were just talking. I was saying that the Bible is a tool that is being used by the so-called, prophets and prophets of doom, fake prophets, sharp, and to manipulate our people. And and I also said that it has been used by white people when they invaded us to manipulate our elders. And he also said that we must learn to read the Bible so that we understand, so that it cannot be used to manipulate us. But we know that we see people like Bushiri being accused of manipulating South Africans using the Bible and things like that. What's your take on the topic, the Bible, as a tool of manipulation?
One thing that I don't understand on this topic is this: when people refer that the Bible is a tool.
Yeah, lift up your mic a little bit. Yeah,
it is a tool that has been used. People are still using it, or forever people will use it. To manipulate people or another people or some other people. I don't understand that literally you are saying the Bible on its own, is it wrong? So I think we have to take it from there, and then I will have my opinion on that.
In the beginning, because I lacked reads, I thought it was wrong. Until I understood that we also have to read it and understand it.
And understand it.
Yeah, so now I understand that it's not wrong. But I still agree that it is a tool that can be used to manipulate.
Oh, I think now I understand. What you're trying to say is that the Bible, it might be a book. It might be a book that carries a lot of information, which you can, if you can present to someone somewhere, somehow, with your skill, you can manipulate that particular person.
Yeah.
As long as the person is is not aware of the information that is in there. Oh, no, it makes sense. Yeah, truth that is happening. A lot of people are doing that recently. Yeah. You understand? There's a lot of things which I don't really understand, why it is happening, especially when it comes to Christianity. The fact that when I have to come and see you now as at my prophet, you understand, I have to pop out some money to ensure that you communicate with me, or maybe you speak some challenges concerning my life. And then that one is absolutely bad. I don't really understand. And then people often back up this notion, or maybe this idea, by saying that also in the Bible, because you understand there was this guy in the Bible, his name was Saul. So Saul was looking for his father's donkeys together with his father's servant. So as they were searching, they couldn't find anything until they reached to this other place, and then his father's servant suggested that there's a prophet now. There's a prophet in this place. I think we should go and see this prophet. Probably he will give us the go ahead concerning what the donkeys that we are looking for. So, and then, they agreed, and then that's where they started having this kind of conversation whereby they'll be like, oh, what is it that we got to give to the prophet and so forth. So I think a lot of people, they got it from there. You understand that some old prophets, people used to visit prophets with some gifts. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. That was a gift. It is not a fixed money to say that to see at my
5,000.
I have to pop up 5,000. That's a fixed price, right? So I don't think that one it's biblical. And then obviously when you try to question, they'll be like you're demonic and so forth. So with that, I totally agree with you that it's a manipulation. You understand? It's a manipulation. If you are being sent by God, as you claim to be sent by God, right? Then speak to people. Pray for people, speak the good news. Yeah. Obviously, I will realize, no, man, come on. This guy, I was stuck with, in my life. Yeah. Then, since he spoke some good news, since he spoke some healing over my life, then now there's a change. Also, my finances now, everything is loose. You understand? I'm no longer tight. And then let me do something for Admai, as he's a servant of God. You understand? So I think that one, it makes sense. Instead of Admai demanding, you understand? It's Sunday. There are different baskets. You pop out 10,000, you pop up on this one, you pop up 5,000, on this one it's for 1,000. You understand? But my question is, are you doing that for God, or it's about for bragging or for unnecessary reasons? You understand? So that's exactly what is happening. Hence people are saying, or maybe you are in that position to say that the Bible, it is being used and people are still using it as the tool to manipulate people. I think that's my understanding based on whatever that you're trying to say.
But if you get someone who, let's say, doesn't go to church, when you how do you introduce Christianity to them? Don't you use the Bible?
Yeah, basically,
I quote from the Bible. You can quote.
Yeah, true that. I have to quote.
So you have to manipulate this person from his beliefs to Christianity. And then someone comes. That's not the problem. The problem is when someone comes to say you have to pay, 30,000 rand to get a tender. That is manipulation. And then they quote from scriptures. You were quoting from a scripture. Someone can quote the same scripture for wrong reasons. What can you advise those who don't read the Bible but they go to church? Because there are pastors who preach for 40 minutes, 1 hour something, and there are those who preach for 15 minutes. And then there are people who don't listen to people who preach for long. And there are those who just want short message and then they go. And they don't read the Bible. What can you say to these people?
So the individuals who don't understand the Bible, who never read the Bible thoroughly.
Yeah.
I think the best thing is to give themselves a time and then study the Bible. Study whatever that is written in there. So basically, since I'm in a position to be convinced, or I'm in a position to say that there's God in heaven. Obviously, the Bible is inspired by God. I'm in that position, right? Maybe somebody is not in that position, but for those who are in that position, obviously, as they will be trying to understand the scriptures or trying to understand the entire Bible, the very same God who inspired the Bible to be written, obviously, is going to assist them to understand whatever that is written there. You understand? Yeah. So I think the Bible it is a must as long as you are a believer or you are classified under Christianity. Then you should actually try by all means that you read the Bible to understand, not just to quote. There are some people who just read the Bible for the sake of quoting. In order for them to post on social media platforms to say, oh, so and sister, so and so brother, so and so he said stuff like that. You understand? But it needs to be understood so that you avoid so many things, right? You avoid so many things like whatever that I was trying to quote. You understand? So it's something that I've read and understand. And so no, man, there's no fixed price that I'm seeing here. Yeah, they are talking about gifts, so I can still give you a gift of oranges. Yeah, that's a gift for me. It should not be money. You understand? So it's not something that we are expressing now. Now we're expressing everything. It's about money. Even the preachings. Yeah. Even the preachings, it's about money. Yeah. If I can go, if through that, if you can go somewhere now, wearing some nice suits and stuff, like driving fancy cars, we're gonna receive a better treatment. Yeah. The welcoming is gonna be amazing. I'm telling you. Row seat. True. We're gonna be sitting there, and then they will speak about our success, our prosperity, not even trying to understand what if we are killers. You understand? Yeah. Don't be like money, this and that. That's where you begin to ask yourself, like, what's going on with this thing? Maybe you and I, we are in trouble. I'm just saying. Yeah. And then we need help. We did something evil. You understand? But oh no, man, it won't be like that. Yeah. It will be like, you guys, I see businessmen, this and that. And then obviously the message is going to be about the success and stuff. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that is absolutely happening, which I don't really subscribe to. Yeah.
On social media, there are figures from Zimbabwe who are advocating for Zimbabweans who are foreigners in foreign countries. Yeah. Now, in August, if I'm not mistaken, it's August this year, there are elections in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
There's a person like Ronaldo Matinyarara. I know there are Zimbabweans, our Zimbabwean foreign nationals, brothers and sisters who came very hard on me on an episode that I uploaded saying that...
I saw that.
Yeah, that the man must encourage his people to go back home and fix Zimbabwe. But he says he challenges people like Julius Malema and Ike Kumalo for a debate.
But before you continue, what is his position?
No, his position is that the problems of Zimbabwe has a little to do with
the relationship. What is his role? In his country.
He has an organization that advocates for the removal of sanctions on Zimbabwe.
Okay, I understand.
But all these leaders of Zimbabwe, majority of them are staying in Senti. They are here, Hyde Park, things like that. They're in South Africa, yeah. So they speak from very expensive couches here in South Africa, advocating for Zimbabweans who are also here in South Africa, discouraging them to go back home. What's your take when it comes to utterances made by Ronaldo saying that there's no need for Zimbabweans to go back home to vote because the problems of Zimbabwe has a little to do with elections but sanctions.
I think he's totally wrong, man. I know Rutendo is a smart guy, now very intellectual. But on this one, it's totally wrong. Because if they want power or maybe an organization or maybe a change, then obviously they are the right people to put that change in charge. I mean, to put that authority in charge. You understand? So if they're speaking from media, I mean, like in a remote area, so that one is totally wrong. I think Rutendo, since he's good when it comes to communicating, he's a smooth talker, he's wise. I think the great idea that he should do now is to convince his fellow Zimbabweans, right, to go home and vote and put change in charge. You understand? So that one, I think it does. It needs to be done, man. No argument about that. So for him trying to run away, I mean, inviting the likes of Ike and so forth for debate, which was absolutely necessary. I see no reason for that. The guy should consider the fact that the Zimbabwe is looking for a change. And then if they are not happy with with what is this one? The current, the current president and stuff, they have to change that. They have to go home and vote. And then that's the only change they should do now. That's it from my side. I think, I mean, the rest, he might be talking and just talking with no benefits. Now it needs to be, I mean, what needs to be done are actions. Actions need to be taken. And then the only way to take that action is to go home and vote. That's it.
No, I hope the people who came bashing at me on the previous episode, maybe they can listen to you. And I know a lot of people, it's not only Ike Khumalo. There's Operation Dudula. There's Slashalaks who said, and it was very nice on them because he said, undocumented Zimbabweans must leave South Africa.
Exactly.
They strain our health system. They participate in crime. They are a part of the people who are overcrowding prisons in South Africa. So the economy of the state, it's strained because we don't know how many are there in South Africa, but they are flocking in their millions and they are not going back. And people like Rutendo comes to say, by the time there was apartheid in South Africa, there were South Africans in Zimbabwe.
Those were individuals.
Few people who took part in the struggle.
Who took part in the struggle.
Only.
So
all of us were here facing our problems.
You cannot compare some individuals with 50%, maybe 50% of the country.
Yes, yeah.
Come on, that one is absolutely bad.
And they got
that argument doesn't even make sense.
Their independence in 1980. They ruined everything. And
you understand?
It has to be said because they chase white people. We didn't chase white people.
Yeah, I've heard Rutendo. I mean, trying to compare that situations with these situations with the likes of Thabo Mbeki, Miriam Makeba and stuff. Those were in some few individuals. You understand? Now we're talking about almost half of the country,
half of Zimbabwe.
I mean, you understand? So we can. I don't think you've got some reasonable points on this one. These people, it's not like we actually hate them. I don't hate them. I love everybody in this world. You understand? But the fact that some of them are here without documents, and then they don't want to go home. You understand? I mean, we learned that so many, foreigners have committed some crimes, you know, in different places, and then these people are untraceable. You know, you cannot trace them. It's not like a situation of you and myself. Obviously, when we try to commit something which is absolutely bad or against the law, it's easy to trace
fingerprints
and stuff. You understand? So I think Rutendo should come up right on this one. He should convince his fellow brothers and sisters to go home and vote. That's it. For those who have documents, for those who've got jobs here in South Africa,
they will still come back.
They will still come back and continue with their lives. You understand? We don't have a problem with that.
No, they don't want to hear that. That's something.
No, I think they are very unfair when it comes to that.
That's something they don't want to hear.
Because on debate, you should be logical. You should be logical. I've heard him. Trying to bring some history. The old one.
All these.
I don't think it was absolutely relevant.
For that debate, it
for
was
that
not.
debate, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not. I mean, it's absolutely good when it comes to, explaining history and stuff.
Especially African history. As the
True,
best.
and it is amazing. Big shout out for that, Rutendo. But on that debate, whatever that he quoted, most of it was not relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not. To be honest with you, it was not. I think Brother Ike was absolutely on point.
Yeah.
That's it from
He
my
didn't
side.
change his position.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't. Because he got points.
Yeah.
He's speaking from reality,
Yeah.
not some speculations and or assumptions.
Yeah.
So I think they has to go home and vote. That's it.
Is there anything we're missing? I think we've covered.
Yeah, ne? I know we are covered. We are covered.
But I know that there are many things that we are going to think about after pressing stop here, after ending this recording. But thank you for making time, to come.
You are welcome.
You are the last person I interviewed since I stopped recording.
Yeah.
Then you become the first person I interview.
Yeah.
After coming back, you are one of the people who encouraged me to keep posting. And there are other people who were asking me, why did you stop, things like that. But now I'm back full force. And then I know that you are also busy with sports.
Yeah. But with that, sometimes it's not about you, man. It's about the response.
Yeah.
If you don't get response, I mean, you just lose appetite.
Yeah, you think maybe
you
you
become
chose something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like, oh, I'm not doing it right. So support is needed. To ensure that you reach some stage, you reach some levels and stuff. So it's gonna result as encouragement. You understand? If people, especially people who knows you, they have to support you and say, oh, come on, this is our homie, this is our body and stuff, this is our brother, our whatsoever, and then they will lift you up. So if they are asking you, why did you stop, and then you should ask them, are you supporting me?
Did you subscribe?
Did you subscribe?
Do you watch the whole episode?
did you watch the whole episode? So these are some of the questions. I know they might sound personal, but these are some of questions you should try to ask them when they ask you, why are you stopping? Why are you no longer dropping? What's up with that segment? Did you watch that segment? So that's the beautiful question to ask.
Talking about that, we come from a rural village, and I think there's a problem when it comes to internet access, because business thrive through the internet marketing. You are good on that. You once shared something NYDA related to that. We'll also touch on that. And careers, you get careers on social media these days. You have a YouTube channel, you can have a TikTok account, things like that. And you can make a presentation of what you have, what you do, and company can recognize you from that. We see TikTokers getting recognition and jobs from their content. But when you check, for example, in TikTok, from our village only, the active people maybe are less than 10. And the rest are there on Facebook. You see them sharing jokes, things like that. But I think there's a problem of internet access in the village. I don't know your take when it comes to that. Internet access, maybe some companies can see and ask us where we come from, Gyansi and Dani village. There is no free Wi-Fi, the entire village.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
man.
it's
That's
bad.
That's too bad.
There's no community clinic. We don't have a community library, things like that. But number one, internet. Because internet can summarize the problem of library. Information is on the internet.
Exactly.
And then the problem of health, that's something. But internet access, what's your take? And how do you think it affects us, those who come from the village, talent and things like that?
It affects very badly, man. It affects very badly, to be honest with you. Because you even remember during our time as we were growing up, things were hard.
Yeah.
Things were hard, things were scarce, information was absolutely limited to us. I mean, it was not easy to access information. Yeah. So with that said, as a village, or maybe coming from that village, or from village in particular, we actually need to have stuff like that. Yeah. We actually need to have, Wi-Fi, You understand?
Yeah.
Where people, those who are still at school can access information to inquire more. You understand?
Yeah. About careers.
About careers, about history, and so forth. So I'm not sure whether this one can be considered or maybe can be listened by some other companies and see that as an opportunity to sponsor our village, right?
Even successful people from villages.
Even successful people, right? You that's true. So I think this is one of the issues that needs to be resolved, to be checked or assessed thoroughly, and then we they come up with some techniques to deal with it. You understand? Because definitely information is needed.
Yeah.
You understand? For you to access information, you must have data bundles,
and there's talent in the village.
There is a big
authentic talent.
Authentic one. Yeah. That's true.
Unlike what we see on TikTok, kids in the suburb.
Yeah, and then remember, true, man, true, bro, true. So if this issue can be resolved, the issue for data, internet access to entirely,
especially Wi-Fi.
True. So I think that will be a great one to deal with as for now.
No, because it has been a concern, on my side.
Yeah, it is a concern because obviously now they have to watch your episodes. Some people they can see the link on Facebook and stuff, but they can see the link. There's nothing they can do. They cannot access.
That's what I've realized.
Yeah, true. So
they don't even like to see that these people are on free mood. They don't even see the picture, the thumbnail of your.
Yeah,
of
man,
what
it's not funny. It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
Yeah, because you can find that maybe you have 3,000 followers from your village.
I think I also had Penwell.
Yeah.
He was speaking about something like this on his on one of his episodes.
Yeah.
He was saying he just wish, you understand, that the government can try by all means to buy data bundles for almost each and every person who's not working.
Yeah.
Okay? For those people to access websites like he mentioned stuff like Coursera. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Coursera, where you can do some short courses.
Yeah.
You understand? It takes data.
Yeah.
You understand? To access YouTube. You understand? And learn something, because there's so many talents in there on YouTube. Yeah. You can learn how to cook and become a best chef. Yeah. You can learn a lot of things in there. Things.
Even when I encounter problems on my Skorokoro, the first thing I do is to go to YouTube before I go to a mechanic.
Yeah.
And when I go to a mechanic, I know the problem.
You were very aware.
I diagnose it on my own. Some of the things I fix, and I realize that these things are very expensive.
Yeah. So
internet access is a need.
It is a big need. So that's exactly what Penwell was actually trying to say. And then when I listened to that, I was like, oh, cool. That's a good point. Yeah. Maybe the government should consider it to buy people data bundles to ensure that we actually access for those who cannot afford. You understand? Yeah. I think it's a great idea. I mean, also in our village, I think some people, or we can come up with some good reasoning or good technique to come up with the idea that will obviously, resolve this issue.
I think this one needs its own episode where we challenge people who can even make calls live to call Gubo real time to say, you have invested the business to understand.
Yeah.
But here is the challenge.
We got this challenge, bro. Can you fix it?
At least you can, let's say, 3 or 4 spots of Wi-Fi in the village that you can pay for less than 2,000 rand. And I think you can do it. I think it's an initiative that you can understand. We have people who are waiting for us to go to them with ideas.
Yeah, to present our ideas. And
most of the ideas that people who have access to these guys go to them with are related to things which do not develop the community. So I think one day we must just make time, call these guys to challenge them live. So that it can be documented, so people can see that we have tried.
Yeah, that's true.
And we can always refer to say, Simon, we once tried this initiative. What happened? Where is it? I think that's the little we can contribute, because me and you are YouTubers, emerging YouTubers.
Exactly.
We are struggling to hit 1,000 subscribers. Imagine. And that's something. Let's say we go home to launch these Wi-Fi hotspots.
Oh, no, I understand.
Same day we can hit 2,000, I tell you. same day from the village of the people who will be there, just encouraging them to say, first thing you do,
That's
like,
it.
subscribe.
That's it, man. That's
Subscribe.
it. That's it. That's
we
it.
come from here.
That's
We're
powerful.
trying to break boundaries. I mean,
Exactly.
the upcoming YouTubers will be easy for them.
Yeah, we're laying a good
Yeah,
foundation.
it will be easy because they'll just call us to say, okay, guys, we're trying to do this. Podcasters,
How do
come.
we?
Here is the
I mean,
material.
how do we deal with these ones?
This is what we can do. This is where you can start. The mics, things like that, and then they start. But the problem of internet is very serious, and a lot of people are not considering it. I mean, people are buying expensive clothes, drinking very expensive bottles, and that can be a once-off, unkept data.
I think that one,
for
it
the
needs
community.
somebody with love, man. It will take somebody with love, with a simple heart, to consider that as a great issue to be resolved. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it makes sense. It makes a big sense.
Yeah, it can
I
help
feel
a lot
like
of
it.
people.
True, it can help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then also the issue of library. You understand? Maybe the clinic staff. Maybe we'll touch that some other day. Yeah.
No, thanks for your time. I think there's something that I wanted to ask, that I wanted us to talk about, man. It came, I don't know. Do we still have time? Yeah, we do still have time. There's something I wanted us to talk about. Man, I forgot, man. I think it was very important. And I'm going to remember this when you're no longer here. But no, it's fine. I think we've covered a lot of things. You've shared your views. By the way, don't forget to follow, to subscribe to Endurance channel. On TikTok is still Endurance. No?
Exactly.
Yeah, Endurance on TikTok. Follow
Everywhere it's endurance.
all social media platforms, Endurance. And then so that you can get content that is related to sport intelligence, so that you can learn. This what quotient? It's there. You shared the very
Social
important
quotient.
very important information. So these are the people who, when you are approaching them, the way you walk, they know your problems before you even talk. So that's some of the information that he's sharing in his
This
platform.
guy.
So, Mr. Mabasa, I don't know if there's something that you would like to talk about.
No, man, I've got nothing.
I know I've moved you from sports to politics to religion to community issues.
That's it. We have to communicate about this thing. We are not limited, man.
Yeah,
We are not. We are not limited to talk about anything. By the way, I really appreciate for this time. That's it. I can all say. I wish all the best for the channel.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is growing, man. It is doing super well. With this new segment, all I can say, stick on that. Obviously, good things will come up.
Yeah.
That's it from my side, man.
Okay. Authentic Info Podcast, we're out.